Welcome back to another edition of the Pagcast. I'm your host, Michael Pagani, joined alongside Quebec Remparts forward Nathan Gaucher. Nathan, welcome to the Pagcast. Thank you again for coming on.
Thank you. Thanks to you.
Let's talk about your last game there against Drummondville. You guys beat them 9-3. You had 2 goals that game. What went well for the team?
I think a little bit of everything. It was our last game before Christmas, so we went all in. We were playing well defensively, fast. We're a fast team, so they couldn't keep up with us, and we're playing them on Friday, so it looks good for us.
And that's the game on Friday. That's the first game back after this extended break that you guys had, right?
Yeah, exactly. We haven't been playing since December 18, so we're starting back on Friday, so it's good news.
Yeah, you must have been, super happy to hear that the QMJHL, is set to resume this Friday.
Yeah, we were very excited about this news. We didn't know what was gonna happen, and that we can play. It's huge. We've been practicing a lot, but playing is different. So it's gonna be good to be back on the ice for games.
Well, you were named second star of that game against Drummondville. Could you speak to your individual performance?
It's been good for myself too. Like I said, the team we went all in. I went all in for myself too. I've played great the whole game. I think it's just a constant in my game and a 200-foot game. So I've been paid off with 2 goals, but it was a great team effort on this game.
How has being back in the arena with fans this season brought a sense of normalcy into your life?
A lot. It's been great. Starting at this season, we had a lot of fans here in the Saint-Vaudron here in Quebec. We can have 10,000 fans, so it's pretty nice. We're gonna come back to no fans on Friday, but we gotta live with it, and it's been good having that 6th player to kind of cheer you up on the ice.
Oh, for sure. And I think it does a lot for a team when we're talking about giving them a boost when you need that, like momentum wise.
Yeah, especially here in Quebec. Like I said, we get a lot of fans, so it's very different.
When sports were postponed during March of 2020, what did you do with your time? Because that as well would have been an extended break for you.
Yes, it was. It was the first time that this happened, so we didn't know what to do. We didn't know if you were restarting the play. So I kept training home, having a great routine at home. I had school to do too, so wake up in the morning, get a great breakfast, get a training in, and then you do your work on the afternoon. Way to keep busy your day, so you don't get too much desperate about hockey. So that's pretty much what I was doing.
Was there a player growing up who you wanted to model your game after?
Growing up, it was always Sidney Crosby. He's a model for a lot of players, a lot of kids out there. He's still playing at this age, and he's still putting up numbers. So he's one of the greatest in the NHL, and will always be.
I love watching Sidney Crosby play. He's truly one of the greatest hockey players that I've seen growing up. The way he just dominates the game from, his early 20s to now he's mid 30s. It's crazy. There's no sense of him slowing down.
Yeah, it's always the little details he does it all. It's all every aspect of the game that helps him just keep going. So yeah.
Growing up in Quebec, did you happen to become a Montreal Canadiens fan?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I went to a lot of Montreal games fans. I was in the stands. This is when my first NHL game was in Montreal, so it's pretty special to having a team 30 minutes away from your home.
Did you see or go to any watch parties with your friends when the Habs made that Cinderella run last season?
Yeah, of course, we were a little bit here for the beginning of the playoff in Quebec City, but when I went back home, it was with friends, just watching all the Montreal Canadiens beating the teams, and it was just awesome.
Oh, I 100% agree with you. My experience. So I went to a Leafs and Habs game at the Bell Center back when Kessel played for the Leafs, and man, that environment was amazing. It's next to nothing in the arenas that I've been to. I love the Bell Center. The atmosphere, everything is perfect.
Yeah, it's very nice.
Also, to build on, I guess, the last question with the whole Cinderella run, I'm a Habs fan myself. So living in Ontario with my friends being Leaf fans, man, it was so good seeing them come back down 3-1.
You must have been pumped when they won in playoffs
I
against.
was so pumped. I was definitely shoving it in my friend's face. Got drafted by Quebec in the first round of the 2019 QMJHL draft. What was that day like for you?
I still remember, we had an hotel here in Quebec City. We spent the day here. It's very beautiful, the old Quebec and stuff. There's a lot of places to go. So I went there in the morning, meet a couple of teams in the afternoon, and then it was the draft. So it was pretty special when your name just, you don't realize it. You just get up, you hug your family, and then you go on the stage. It's huge here in the Quebec Major Hockey League. They do like a big thing out of the draft, and it's nice to be drafted in the first round. You get to go on the big scene and shake hands with all the organization. So it would always be a special day for me.
My family, like we've been to Old Quebec, the place that
Yeah,
the places that you're talking about there. We love it. Like it is hands down one of our favorite places to travel to. Do you have any
yeah.
favorite places that you love since you're kind of from there?
Well, it's a classic, Old Quebec. There's a lot of places to see, but there's one like there's like a trail you can get to walk near the Fleuve Saint Laurent. It's very beautiful with the bridge and stuff. In the morning, sometimes I go walk there. It's beautiful, and you can see a lot of things in Quebec.
How fortunate are you to be, to get drafted so close to home? That must bring you comfort instead of being drafted to the Maritimes like Mooseheads, for example.
As a 15 years old, I'd say yes. Like moving away from home, my mother wasn't really sure about me moving away, but I was only 2 hours away, and they came down like every weekend to see me. And I was fortunate to have a great billet here in Quebec City, so it went smoothly, it went perfectly, and I'm with James Malatesta at home. It's perfect. I couldn't ask for better.
James Malatesta has been around the Remparts for the majority of his career. Could you speak on his leadership off the ice?
Oh yeah, well, like I said, he's my build brother, so we spend a lot of times 24/7 together. We do a lot of things together. He's a huge part for this organization. His 16th year was phenomenal. Last year he had a great year with me too on the same line. So we hope this year he helps us win a cup, and his leadership in the group is very important for us.
In your first season with the Remparts, which would have been actually kind of leading into the pandemic year, you had 24 points in 59 games. What was the biggest adjustment you had to make?
Um, Coming into the queue, it was the speed of the league. I was a big guy, so my speed was always good at the level I was playing. But when you play with 20 years old and you're 15, you get a little step there. So the summer between my first year and my second year, I worked a lot on explosiveness, skating, stuff like that, and it helped me be a better player the year after.
You were fortunate enough to play for Team Canada Red at the U17s. What's it
Yeah.
like representing your country?
It's always special. You get a call from the Hockey Canada that you're representing the team, and you go there. It's so professional. The way the Canadian way is so professional. That's the way we all want to play. You get there, you're treated like a true professional, like I said, athlete. You playing with the best players in the league. Not even Quebec, but you're playing against the OHL and the WHL. So. It's always special wearing that uniform.
Well, to speak on that point, you played with great players from those other leagues like Josh
Yeah,
Roy, Olin Zellweger, Josh Bloom. How did the caliber of players that you played with kind of up your game?
yeah. When I play with better players, it always steps up my game. I'm someone that's very simple in his game and efficient. So I pass the puck, I go to the net. So when I play with better players, it just helps me work harder and just making plays. So it's like I love those kind of tournaments when you can like prove and like there's a goal at the end. This is when the best out of me gets out.
Last season, which is kind of the pandemic year, you played 30 games, totaling 31 points. What helped you achieve those personal goals you had in mind?
It was a team. We had a better team. We were very young in my 16th year, 17th year. We were older a little bit. Like I said, I worked a lot in the summer by my skating, But I'd say the main one is my confidence on the ice. I knew I had a big role in the team. Leadership too, only if I had 17 years old. So confidence, it was a big boost for me, and my skating, like I said.
Speaking on that confidence point, how do you deal with, I guess, some of the slumps that you might go through as a player?
I think I don't really get to spend time like on that. It's in the past, and I'm looking forward. There's always slumps in a hockey player, and you're just trying to focus on the next game. Of course, it's gonna be in your head always. Like you cannot just get rid of it. But yeah, you got to think positive, and this is how I do it.
That's definitely the right attitude towards it because, once if you have a bad game, you just got to put it back. It's in the past and look forward to the next one.
Yeah, you can always control the future, but you can never go back. So this is my point of view.
How did the U17s and even last season help you mature into the player that you are today?
In my game, like you said, I've matured a lot. I get to play my third year here in the QMJHL, get to know the players a little, who I'm playing against, who I'm playing with, my coaching staff. So it's more comfortable. I'm more mature here. I have a great leadership role in the team. So in a way, yes, my game has evolved in a mature way, and I am just trying to focus on making the next level.
You led the team in points during the regular season last year. What's it like being known as a threat on the ice?
It's nice. I like it. When players just trying to take you down, I just work harder than them and prove them that they just won't get to me. So it's nice.
This season, you got named as part of the leadership group wearing the A. Can you speak to how big of an honor that is for you?
It's huge. Like I said, it's my third year here. I get to know a lot of players. Like we were very close here in Quebec City, and that I have an A on my jersey means a lot because there's a lot of people who could have it here. It means the coaching staff has a lot of confidence in me and proves that I do the right thing. So it's a nice honor here in Quebec.
What are some of your personal goals this season, and how do you expect to achieve them?
Um, I, I don't like to set like personal goals a lot, but I'm just trying to having a great great year overall. But it's always here. We have a great team in Quebec. We're trying to make a great run in the playoff and just trying to go to the MAM Cup too that we didn't have at the first, beginning of the year. So it's more team goals for myself than personal goals.
You're tied with Zach Bolduc with 15 goals on the team. Is there any internal competition between you and Zach, who is going to end up with the most goals at the end of the season?
Yeah, no, not at all. I love Zach. He's a great addition to our team. He's a great shooter. I respect his shot in practice. So there's no competition. We're just trying to push each other towards that goal.
Well, I guess that you could push each other towards that goal by with that internal competition.
Yeah. No, but it could be an healthy one, and that's what we have. He's a great friend of mine, so it would always. It's not the kind of competition that can lead to the consequences, but it's healthy.
Yeah, for sure, which is the most important part. You definitely don't want to have any unhealthy relationships, especially when you're on a junior team.
Yeah, exactly.
You guys are second in the Eastern Conference, 21-9-0. How different is this team from the one that we saw at the start of the season?
We've had some up and downs in the year. We've had a great start of the year, and then we had a little slump. But we're just trying to be consistent in our game. Each game playing the right way. I think this is what we've been doing like the past few games, and we're trying to come back on Friday with this.
You've played in over 100 Q games. Can you speak to what struggles you've encountered and how did you get over them?
Struggles maybe a lot in the queue. We play a lot of games. I think we're gonna have a lot of struggles like coming the rest of the season. We're gonna play like 3 to 4 games a week, so it's just taking care of your body. It means a lot. And we all know in the NHL they play 82 games. So I think this is
Yeah.
the key. Taking care of your body, injuries. This is going to be huge for us the upcoming days.
What about some of the successes you've had? Can you speak to that as well?
Yes, honestly, last year I've had a great year. As my confidence is successful, but success for this year, where we have a great year, great team. We get a lot of wins. This could be my success of my whole career. We have a great team. We're winning, so we're second in the league. So this is my biggest success.
Another, big success for you is being a part of, one of the loaded drafts this coming summer.
Yes.
You guys have five prospects or five players that have been drafted before. Have you kind of looked up to them to ask them any questions, or kind of how do you do your like day to day, since it is, it comes with a lot of pressure?
Yes. Well, last year I was analyzing a little. I was like, guys had a meeting there, meeting there. So after I was kind of going to ask question, how it happened, how do you feel? I was just wondering, and it's nice to have them to help me this year. They went to NHL pro camps, so there's a lot of question that can be answered. So it's nice to have to have players that did that last year.
What is your game day routine like?
Uh, we usually get to the arena in the morning, and then we get a little morning skate or videos. So we get here, we eat, go back home, get some sleep. Always like an hour nap, and then you eat your meal. Go to the rink 2.5 hours before, and then I take my stick. Blah blah blah. It's always the same routine. And then on the ice, it's game time.
Do you have a specific way you tape your stick, or do you just do like the normal, like toe to heel, or with the heel to toe?
No, I go normal. I think I'm seeing in the team, I'm normal, but like I'm dressing up on the right side, just little things like that. But no, I'm not weird.
What's your go-to shootout move if you were to get a chance?
I like to go like backhand and then forehand and then top cheese upstairs. I'm a righty, so usually goalies are right lefties too. So it's glove side for me.
It's always a good spot to put the biscuit right where the mama hides the cookies, right?
it's always it's always what we're trying to do.
If you were to play another sport, what would it be?
um, I started golf, but I couldn't say I would play golf for a living because I'm not I'm not that great. I'd say probably basketball. I love watching basketball. I'm tall, so I think I could be great. But hockey's always been my main my main
I,
sport.
I agree with you there, because I'm not good at golf either. The only golf I'm good at is mini putt. That's
Yeah,
something that I excel at.
yeah.
And to add on to your basketball point there, we have March Madness coming up soon in a month, so that should be exciting.
Very exciting. It's always exciting. It's very nice to watch. I love it to watch with James. He's a big fan too. So it's always a weekend to see and to get together.
What's your favorite arena to travel to?
As the in between Moncton and Halifax, two great arena. I'd say Halifax. It's they have great fans over there. The ice is pretty good and have a nice rink, so it's always nice to travel there. It's beautiful too.
As we are closing off this interview here, do you have any advice for younger hockey players?
Yes, it's follow your dreams. Maybe just for myself, I just concentrate on me, trying to be better every day and have your routine. Be focused on one goal and trying to achieve it. This is what I've been doing the past years, starting to play hockey. So being a better human, better hockey player every day, and having a routine in your life, it could help a lot.
Well, I'd like to thank again Nathan Gaucher for joining me on today's podcast. Thank you again, Nathan.
Thanks to you.